The Olympic gymnast known as Simone Biles has started a massive firestorm over on X at the moment, and even the mainstream media are piling on because Simone Biles decided to do a really stupid thing and attack the likes of Riley Gaines. Why did she decide to attack Riley Gaines? Some of you may be wondering if you haven't already seen this. Well, because as we know, Riley Gaines stands up for real women or just women in general and not men. Simone Biles, however, seemingly decides to go after the likes of a woman because she defends men that thinks that they are women. How utterly insane. Now, this is the same Simone Biles who claimed to be sexually abused by the likes of a man. And you'd think that maybe, just maybe, she wouldn't be so adamantly attacking or defending men that claim to be women. Because, as we know, a lot of the men that claim to be women are very, very good at, you guessed it, abusing women. The statistics don't lie. But, ladies and gentlemen, Simone Biles seemed to think that inclusivity and tolerance and being all lovey-dovey and virtue signaling is so much more important than defending women, defending your own biological sex. How about that? This all started, ladies and gentlemen, because Riley Gaines made a comment on Minnesota State High School League, the AAA softball state championships for 2025. And Riley goes, comments off, lol, to be expected when your star player is a boy. And this is what Simone Biles responds with. Riley Gaines, you're truly sick. All of this campaigning because you lost the race. Straight up sore loser. You should be uplifting the trans community and perhaps finding a way to make sports inclusive or creating a new avenue where trans feel safe in sports. Well, I'll have you know, Simone Biles, they tried that. No one decided to join the only trans category. How about that? Maybe a transgender category in sports, but instead you bully them. What are you doing to a woman right now? You are actually standing up for men rather than standing up for a woman. That's kind of a bit ironic, if you ask me. Kind of nuts, too. One thing's for sure is no one in sports safe with you around. Whoa. And we've got the exclamation mark. Seems like Simone Biles was on her little high horse, all but 448 worth of it. She's a little hobbit, ladies and gentlemen. And Caitlin Wheeler goes, let it be known that Simone Biles has chosen to stand with men in women's sports, not the girls losing their titles, scholarships, and privacy. You don't get to build your legacy in women's sports and advocate for the erasure of it. Simone Biles, you are not a champion for women. She's not a very good role model, if you ask me. And Riley Gaines responds by going, this is actually so disappointing. It's not my job or the job of any women to figure out how to include men in our spaces. Damn well right. You can uplift men stealing championships in women's sports with your platform. Men don't belong in women's sports, and I say that with my full chest. From the mother of a teen who had her girls' volleyball team lose to a team with a biological male on their team, thank you. And we've got to make it known that there are biological differences between males and females. I mean, I was listening to a podcast this morning about fertility in men, and it is rather fascinating just how different male biology really is compared to the likes of females. I mean, hell, men deal with stress. When we are stressed, we are literally killing our own sperm, our kids. I mean, I didn't actually realize how bad it was, but turns out it's pretty bad when men are stressed. So, men, when you get stressed, you got to learn to chill out because your kids are literally suffering as a result of it, or your future kids, I should say. And women, the way they deal with stress is totally different in how it affects their bodies. So we are different, not just the fact that men have a lot more testosterone and we're stronger, faster, you name it. Valentina Gomez goes, you become a pathetic disgrace, selling out to the woke mob. If a man competed as a woman against you, you'd never have reached the Olympics. Damn all right. These delusional men are stealing opportunities from girls and you're enabling them. I don't think that Simone Biles would have the name Simone Biles in Olympic gymnastics that she does if she had have gone up against a man that claimed to be a woman. Hey, I mean, Iman Khalif claimed to be a woman and beat the likes of women in the boxing ring, and he walked away with a gold medal from the Olympics and proved to the entire world that actually, if you're on the radical left, they approve of men beating up women. Not, oh, we need to protect women. No, can't possibly do that. It's utterly ridiculous. So Matt Walsh goes, first you quit on your team at the Olympics because of stress. Oh, and burnout. And now you're coming out in defense of cross-dressing fetishists. You're in no position to be calling anyone sick. Simone Biles goes, bully someone your own size, which would ironically be a male. And the other thing is, Simone Biles was assaulted by Larry Nassar as a child. He attacks a woman fighting to keep males out of girls' spaces. This is the absolute state of the woke mind virus. Yes. Ali Bestaki goes, Simone, please be real. You're too much of a coward to do the right thing, which is to stand up for female athletes. You have nothing if you'd had competed against men for your medals, but you don't want girls to enjoy the same fairness you did because you're too scared and selfish to take a stand. Yeah, sure, everything's great because I won big. I won big against girls my own size and age and whatever. But if you had gone up against dudes, you would have lost big time. Joel Berry goes, sorry. Why would a woman defend organophilic perverts creeping around women's locker rooms naked and stealing their sports titles? Why else, indeed? Sage Steele goes, easy to say this, Simone Biles, when you only had to compete against fellow women. Every one of your Olympic medals came competing against fellow women. Riley Gaines was not only forced to compete against a man, but forced to share a locker room with a man. That is sick. Shocked and disappointed that you'd attacked another woman who has done nothing but uplift other women. If you think it makes sense to create a league for trans people, go for it. Use that huge platform of yours. But to attack Riley for what she has done for little girls who want to be the next Simone Biles is sick. Can only imagine how little girls would feel, right, knowing full well that Simone Biles is attacking a woman and defending men. Don't know about you guys, but that's pretty nuts, if you ask me. So, well, loads of other people, including Nancy Mace, goes, honey, if biological men competed in women's gymnastics, odds are no one would know your name. Indeed. And obviously, you've got the usual suspects, and including the likes of USA Today, which, as we know, is on the side of Simone Biles. Simone Biles shows her greatness again in standing up for transgender community. Oh, dear. So when in reality, Simone Biles really just hates women. And Riley Gaines responds by going, she hardly stood up for the trans community, but instead just personally attacks someone who stands up for girls and women. Prepare for astronomically embarrassing ratio. Well, yeah. Anyway, this whole thing is nuts. When you've got virtue signalers, and it's 2025, man. Trump's in office. The woke mind virus is slowly dying a very painful death. I don't think it'll ever die, to be honest, but it is slowly dying. But when you've got these dingbats that think that, hey, men can actually be women, what do? Like, it's utterly insane. Here's a word that I haven't used in a long time, or a phrase, I should say. Absolute insanity. That's what it is. And how do you fix or change a society like this, I wonder? Simple. You stand up for women and girls, not men. Simone Biles has chosen her side, and now she's going to suffer the consequences, because if it's one thing that we know, there's a lot more women out there, believe it or not, that actually support women, not men that think that they're women. Anyway, that's enough from me. You guys take care. Be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.